This is series from Siri Tutor blogs. Today we are going to look into Lambda functions. So we have Lambda function introduced in Java 8, and the reason why we had Lambda function is to reduce the number of lines of code in our Java language. Same like has how Python and Scala has ability to write the code in a minimum number of lines. The same thing was introduced in Java 8 as well. So today we are going to look into a normal function and a lambda function and functional interface. So let's dig into our coding example here. I'm going to open a Java project here. Example 2 we'll name it as example 2, and yeah, let's create an example. So we are going to create a class here, demo class, and let's create a main method as well. And yeah, the package is com.siri. Okay, so our traditional regular method declaration would be like something like this. If I want to implement a method that takes two parameters or one parameter, say I want to implement a method which I'm going to input a number as 10, and it will give me a half of the 10, which is 5. So I'm going to implement that method, a simple method. So I'm going to take a method declaration with a name as half, and I'm going to take one parameter, integer parameter there, and the return type would be n divided by 2.0. Okay, that's gonna give you the half of the integer value. The reason why it is complaining is the return type cannot be void, it has to be double. So this is one parameter, one parameterized method I have created. I'm going to create another method which takes two parameters as an input, and it will give let's implement a very simple methods like add, and which adds these two numbers and returns a plus b. That's it. And let's implement another method which does not take any parameters at all, but it will just print the message. Okay, just print the message on the screen. Okay, returns hello world. Okay, here we are just returning, but again we have to print all these things. Let's print it right away, so that again we don't have to write the code again at the bottom of the main method. Okay. Yeah, print of a plus b. Yeah, I hope we are not returning, right? So when we don't return it, it cannot return anything. It just have to be void. But when we are returning something, we have to say string here. So the way we have to call these methods are, the general traditional method is to create an object of this class method, the class object, create a reference of this class, demo, and an object of this class, and create an object, a reference and an object of the class, and then just simply call the method and just pass the values. Yeah, 10 plus 20, and then object dot message, uh, object.message. So here we are again returning the string. So that's why we have to create a variable here, and then we have to print it. So it's a little bit of overhead, but that's okay. You have, if you do it this way, you will get a practice and hands of practice on how to do your coding fast. So yeah. Println, I think, I hope I did not give a println here. That's why it's overlapping. Let's save it. So this is the traditional way of printing any function. Okay. Now, instead of printing the function in this format, let's use lambda functions. Let's use the lambda function. So instead of printing all these functions like this, we are going to use function. This is a functional interface provided by Lambda expressions, which was introduced in for Java 8. So what it is trying to say is it's going to take an input value and a return type. It will going to give us a return type. So for our first method call here, we are accepting an integer value. So that is what I'm giving an integer value here, and it's returning a double, right? It's returning a double value, but here we are just putting void, but the return type is double, so I'm going to write it as double here. And then the function name is have equals to, and what is the variable I'm going to send n, and then this is the lambda expression, guys. The pointer, whatever the pointer, this is the lambda expression. If it is written like that, and most of the companies, they use latest lambda expressions in their coding, in their codes. So when we join a project, we usually given some enhancements or bug fixes. At that time, we need to understand the code. If you are so pro on traditional programming on Java, the core Java part, but you should have a very good knowledge on the latest upcoming lambda expressions, all the latest technologies released by the Java as well, to be in sync with the organization and in sync with the projects. So this is how we declare n, and what are we supposed to do with this input? We are dividing with 2.0, and then this is just an expression, but we have to print this output, right? For that, we have to write down our own sysout statement. So have dot apply is the method call that calls this lambda expression, and what is the number we are going to give? 10, right? So so 10. The next, we don't need this method anymore. I'm going to get rid of it, and let's rerun it one more time. See, without using the traditional method, we can just simply write 2 lines of code, and then just use it. Okay, now let's do this, the same thing for addition. So since this addition has 2 parameters, instead of taking a function, we have to use by function. By function is another interface that takes 2 parameters, and it gives out a return type. So here we take 2 parameters. One is integer, the second one is also integer, and the return type is double, right? So that is what we have here for add. No. The return type is integer. Sorry, the return type is integer for add, and add equals to. So it is taking A and B, and the return type would be A plus B. and then we can just this out. So how we can call the above statement? Add dot apply of 10 comma 20, which is gonna be 30 as an arrow. Now let's get rid of this the second one as well, and see, save it and print it. Yeah, we got that. The last one, is the last one is like we don't have any parameters at all for this function. So how are we going to print it? So for this one, we are giving some, we can give some input as a string, and then an output msg equals to you can provide any message, doesn't matter, and lambda expression, and then you can give your hello world message, and then simply you can just print it out, msg dot apply. Okay, yeah, this should be a variable, by the way. It has to be a variable, not actual message. So even though so A is substituted in S, but the output is going to be hello world for us. So just play with this, guys. It's very important to get hands-on experience on how to use lambda expressions. These are the few operations that I have shown. You can start playing with, addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, square root, anything, whatever it might. It makes you perfect and strong in with lambda expressions. So just try these examples at your own convenience, so that you can make yourself stronger. So now let's look into a functional interface. Let's look into functional interface. Here I'm gonna create here I'm going to create an interface here. Let's call it interface for our understanding, and then I'm going to create and I'm going to write. So the functional interface is something like, about the traditional interface, right? An interface means it has only abstract methods. It doesn't have any signature. It has only signatures, but there is no implementation. So that is an interface. There is no implementation, and it has only pure abstract methods. That means it doesn't have any implementation. But what is an abstract method? Abstract class? It has both abstract methods as well as non-abstract methods. That's why it is just an abstract class. But you can create an object of an abstract class, but you cannot create an object for an interface. So it is the same way for functional interface as well, but the only difference is you have only only single abstract method. There cannot be more than one abstract method for a functional interface. So here I'm going to create a method public void add method, which takes two variables. Okay, and then that's it. So the return type of this method can be an int, or it can be void, doesn't matter. Now let's create a implementation class. I will say as implementer. I will say implementer. So this implementer, what it does is it simply implements implements interface, okay, and it has to provide a method implementation for that class. So if you just hover on it, you can just add this method, and what it does is return a plus b. Okay, but yeah, now let's go to our demo main class. Here, okay, I did not show you guys how to get rid of this string class method and then rerun it. So when you rerun it without any functions, you can just run these functions using the function annotation here, the function templates here. That is how you can implement normal functions using Lambda functions. I hope you understand that. Now let's switch on to the functional interface. So we have already implemented the interface here, and the implementer here, and the demo here. We have a demo with the main class. So here the normal way of calling a implementer method is just you will create a reference of an implementer here, and then you'll simply call this method. And I think it is returning an integer, right? So sum equals to, and then you just simply, this is the traditional way of calling a implemented class, right? If you run it, you will see 30. And this can be also called from, you can simply say even interface here, interface, right? You can even substitute with an interface, because a child class can be called from a parent class reference. That is also one way of doing. This is the traditional way of doing, but using an interface, functional interface, you are supposed to add an annotation at the rate functional interface, okay, and then after coming here, you can just say, you what you have to say is, and because an interface has, this is the signature, method signature, right? It is accepting. You don't need to give all these modifiers, return type, method name. You are simply supposed to give the variables and the expression, um, that with concatenation and a plus b. Yeah, it is returning directly to this method. Let's save it. I think it is complaining. It's complaining. Let's see why it is complaining. Cannot return to a void result. Okay. Because what it is saying is, in this interface it has, it is returning an integer, so we have to return this as integer, right? So what are we supposed to do is add two numbers and then a plus b and then obj dot add of 10 comma 20, and then you have to put it in a variable. That's it. And just, and because we are returning a integer return type, we have to do all these things. Okay guys, so this is pretty much it. Yeah, we got this sum, right? So this is how we usually do the functional interfaces. So by the way, let me show you by deleting this interface. We are not calling implementer at all. We can get rid of implementer altogether, and we don't need that overhead. So we can directly call from an interface using this implementation, this Lambda expression. So I hope you understand the difference between the normal functional Lambda function and functional interface, Lambda functional interfaces. Uh, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will come with another video, nice Java concept next time. Till then, take care. Thank you.